pi bonds are there in the nitrate ion, and how many sigma bonds are there in hydrocyanic acid? Not that we have to know that, HCN. Well, first let me tell you what sigma and pi bonds are. Um, eh. So a sigma bonds, well, let's draw the Lewis structure first, and let's start with HCN. If you draw the best Lewis structure for HCN, you will see that it has a triple bond between the carbon and the nitrogen, that it has a single bond between the hydrogen and carbon, of course, and that with this configuration, each of the atoms has 0 formal charge. Now, let's talk now about what is a sigma bond. The definition of a sigma bond is a bond, or a covalent bond, in which the electron density lies along the axis of the two nuclei. A covalent bond in which the electron density lies between the two nuclei in the bond. While a pi bond is a covalent bond in which the electron density lies above and below the two nuclei in the bond. A covalent bond in which the electron density lies above and below the two nuclei in the bond. And as far as determining sigma and pi bonds, there's a handy way to do it. A single bond is a sigma bond. And the way that I make sigma is a circle with a hat on it. So sigma right here. A double bond is sigma plus pi. And a triple bond is sigma plus pi, or sigma plus 2 pi bonds. Sigma bond plus 2 pi bonds. Using right here, we see that inside HCN, there's a sigma bond. And between carbon and nitrogen, there's a sigma plus a pi plus a pi. So since the question is how many sigma bonds are there are 2. If the question was how many pi bonds are there could be 2 pi bonds as well. And I bet that pi bond question for HCN is part of this pool. Now let's go back to nitrate. And all of our answers go back to the best Lewis structure. So I will quickly draw it with its formal charges. And now that we have the best Lewis structure, we now will look at sigma and pi bonds. So here we have a sigma Single bonds are sigma bonds. Double bonds are sigma plus pi. So there is only one pi bond in nitrate, while there's two pi bonds in HCN. And we'll talk a lot more about sigma and pi bonds in next week's homework. But for now, we just want to introduce them. Are there any questions about sigma and pi bonds and how to find them?
Yes, Professor, I have a question, please.
Sure, Mohammed, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to know if the pi and the sigma, are they the same or they have a different way of answering?
So, well, let's see. So in nitrate, if it asks how many sigma bonds are there, you would have to say there are 3 sigma bonds.
Okay.
So you're using this down here to say that each single bond is a sigma, each double bond is a sigma and a pi bond,
Okay.
and each triple bond is sigma and 2 of the pi bonds. And so another way of saying it is the first bond between any 2 atoms is a sigma bond, and any additional bonds are pi bonds.
Okay.
So I don't know if that answers your question, Mohammed.
Yes.
Good.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? All right, that's